Archangel Michael says, "Your angel is deeply worried about you and has sent this message right now, because what's about to happen in your life will change everything you believe. Listen completely. There are moments in every soul's journey when silence becomes heavier than words, when tears fall not from pain alone but from the yearning to feel seen, to feel known, and to be reminded that you are not walking through the storm alone. In this very moment, heaven leans closer to you, not to watch from a distance, but to wrap you gently in the arms of a love that has never, not for one heartbeat, let go of you. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. Before you were even formed in the secret place, before your first breath called out to the world, God knew every part of you, every joy you'd cling to, every sorrow that would try to bend your spirit, every prayer you would whisper in the quiet of night when no one else was listening. And in the tenderness of his heart, he placed beside you an angel, not simply to guard, but to deeply care, to speak to your soul when the world drowns you in noise, to remind you of the truth when lies echo louder than hope. That angel stands close to you now, not as a stranger, but as a companion who has wept with you, rejoiced with you, and carried your burdens when you had no strength to lift them yourself. You might not feel it right now, but heaven has seen the battles you fought in silence, the nights when you looked at the ceiling with eyes full of questions and a heart trembling under weight too heavy to explain. Not one of those moments has been forgotten. Not one tear has fallen without God noticing. Your angel, sent by the Father who adores you, has been kneeling beside your bed, whispering prayers over you, standing watch when your faith felt too thin to hold you together, holding on for you when you thought you had nothing left. Right now, in this very season, something is stirring in the spiritual realm. A change is coming that will shift the very ground beneath your feet, not to harm you, but to open your heart to a deeper truth you've longed for but were afraid to believe. There is a divine plan unfolding, not one of destruction, but one of healing and restoration, one that will lift you from the shadows and into the gentle light of God's promise. And though it may feel uncertain, though it may stretch your faith and test your courage, you are not walking into this alone. The same angel who was there in your childhood fears, who stayed by your side through broken friendships and hidden heartbreaks, is here right now, asking you to listen, to believe, to hold on just a little longer. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. The love of Jesus is not a soft echo from a distant past. It is alive, it is breathing, it is leaning into your life with hands wide open, ready to lift you into a new beginning. He sees the weariness behind your smile, the fear you tuck away so no one will worry. He knows the choices you regret, the ones that weigh heavy on your chest, the moments you wish you could rewrite. And still, his love remains steady, unshaken, offering you not judgment, but grace so gentle it could melt even the most frozen pieces of your soul. Let this moment be the one where you stop running from your pain and let Jesus hold it instead. Let this message soften the armor you've built around your heart, not to shame you for wearing it, but to invite you to breathe in peace again. You don't have to keep pretending you're fine when you're not. You don't have to carry it all alone. There is strength in surrender, not weakness. There is healing in allowing yourself to be loved, deeply, fully, even in your mess, even in your questions. Type 333 to welcome peace into your heart. This coming shift, this great unfolding that your angel trembles over with both concern and joy, is not meant to break you, but to awaken you. It will be a shaking, yes, but not to destroy. It will be a call to return, not just to faith, but to your Father's heart. It will show you that even the most painful chapters of your story are not wasted, but redeemed by the hands of a Savior who writes with mercy, not condemnation. You are being called home, not to a place, but to a presence, to the arms of a God who has never stopped waiting for you. And even as you read this, something in your spirit recognizes the truth of these words. Not because they're poetic, not because they're dramatic, but because deep down, your soul has been crying out for this very reminder, that you matter, that you are seen, that you are not forgotten. The world may have rushed past you. People may have misunderstood you. Life may have crushed your dreams beneath the weight of its trials. But heaven has never stopped seeing you for who you truly are, a beloved child of the Most High, worthy of miracles, worthy of redemption, worthy of love. For so long, you have walked this life feeling like you were trying to hold yourself together with invisible thread, smiling while your heart quietly cracked beneath the weight of everything no one else could see. You have been brave. Braver than you realize. There is a kind of courage in waking up each morning and choosing to try again, even when yesterday nearly broke you. There is a strength in the softness of your spirit, the kind that God cherishes, the kind heaven fights for. You may have felt like your prayers were disappearing into silence, but the truth is, every word you've ever cried out in fear, in exhaustion, in hope, has been gathered in the hands of your Creator, never forgotten, never dismissed. Now comes the time when those hidden cries will be answered, not always in the way you expected, but in a way that will speak to the deepest places in your soul. You are being led into something new, something unfamiliar, but not to scare you. God is shifting the ground not to make you fall, but to help you stand in a place you never thought you'd be strong enough to reach. Your angel sees it coming, the healing, the rebuilding, the light that is about to pour into your life like the breaking of dawn after the longest night. But your angel also sees your weariness, your doubt, your worry that maybe you've missed your moment or maybe you're too broken to begin again. So this message is not just a call to prepare, but a gentle reminder that you are still deeply loved, even in the parts of your story that feel unfinished. The turning point is near, and though it may begin with disruption, with things falling apart or being taken away, it is not loss that awaits you, it is clarity. It is the revealing of what truly matters, what truly lasts, and who truly walks with you through it all. Jesus has never stopped walking with you. Even in your moments of disbelief, even when your heart was too numb to pray, He remained by your side, not out of duty but out of the fierce love that drove Him to the cross. You are His, not because of your strength or your perfection, but because of His mercy, His endless compassion, His promise that nothing, not pain, not failure, not fear, can separate you from Him. In His eyes, you are not behind. You are not too far gone. You are right where He needs you to be for what is about to bloom. Type 444 if you believe in God's divine protection. The life you know is being reshaped, not as a punishment, but as a resurrection. There are parts of you that have been buried beneath sorrow and silence, parts that have longed to be free, to feel joy without guilt, to rest without fear, to love without guarding your heart like it's a war zone. Those parts are about to awaken. God is sending healing, not just to your circumstances, but to your spirit, to your memories, to the places that have gone untouched for too long. This isn't just about what happens to you, it's about what happens within you. Your beliefs are being stretched because they were too small for the size of God's plan. What's coming will challenge the way you've seen yourself, and it will demand that you let go of who you thought you had to be in order to become who you truly are in Christ. You don't need to earn this change. You don't need to prove you're worthy. You already are, simply because you are His. So take a breath. Feel the weight of this moment, but don't let it frighten you. Let it remind you that something sacred is unfolding, and you are not alone in facing it. Your angel is closer than ever, standing guard with a heart full of love and a mission that carries heaven's urgency. Jesus is already walking ahead of you, smoothing the road, lighting the path, making a way where there was no way before. And the Father is watching it all with eyes full of mercy, ready to pour into your life a peace that the world cannot give or take away. After decades in government lockdown, a short 9-word phrase has resurfaced, and those who whisper it daily are experiencing miracles of money and freedom. Researchers say it switches on a hidden abundance circuit in the brain, the same one billionaires unknowingly rely on. It's easy, fast, and astonishingly powerful. Click the link before this rare discovery is censored again. There are parts of you that have remained silent for far too long. There are dreams you tucked away in the corner of your heart because life convinced you they were too fragile to survive. There are prayers you stopped speaking out loud because you felt they were buried too deep beneath pain, too lost to ever be answered. But your angel has heard every one of those quiet longings. They were never too small for heaven to care about. And now, with great tenderness, this message comes to tell you, God is doing a new thing, even in the parts of you that feel old, worn, and tired. You are not being asked to perform. You are not being tested for your worth. You are being invited into something holy and healing, something that will realign you with the truth of who you are in the heart of Jesus Christ. So many people carry faith like a thin thread, holding on while life pulls hard, hoping it won't snap. But faith was never meant to be about holding on with clenched fists. It was always meant to be about letting go into the arms of the one who never lets you fall. Right now, your angel sees the struggle inside you, the part of you that wants to trust and the part of you that's still afraid to believe again. It's not a weakness. It's a sign that your heart has not given up completely. There is still something alive in you, even if it's flickering faintly like a candle against the wind. That flicker is all Jesus needs. From that single light, He can build a fire that warms every corner of your soul. There is a great change coming, but it will not be chaotic. It will not be loud or filled with confusion. The world may see only disruption, but your spirit will feel the deeper meaning, because this change is not about shaking your life apart. It is about shaking loose the fear, the bitterness, the lies that have tried to claim your identity for far too long. You have been through things that left you questioning your worth, wondering if you somehow failed, if maybe you were the problem. But God never saw you that way. Even in your mess, even in your doubts, you were still His beloved, still the one He chose to walk with, still the one Jesus whispered about when He said He would leave the 99 to find the one. Type 555 to receive blessings and miracles. There is such beauty in who you are, even if you can't see it yet. And the love of Christ is not waiting for you to fix yourself before you are worthy. It is His love that does the healing. It is His love that reaches into the parts of you you've hidden away, the moments you try to forget, the mistakes you carry like silent burdens. He already knows it all. And still, He draws nearer, not with condemnation, but with mercy that never runs dry. What your angel wants you to know is this: the road ahead will look unfamiliar, but you are not walking it blind. God is leading you step by step, and He will never leave you behind. You don't need to see the whole picture. You only need to trust the hand that holds you. There will be days where the old fears rise, when the shadows try to tell you that nothing has changed. But in those moments, you will find a deeper truth rising in your heart, a calm voice, steady and full of light, reminding you that God is still in control, still working for your good, still turning ashes into something sacred. There is more for you. More than survival. More than just getting by. You were made to live a life filled with the light of Christ, not weighed down by shame, not driven by fear, but carried by grace and shaped by love. You were created to know peace, not as something rare and passing, but as a constant presence that settles into your soul, even when the world outside feels restless. That peace is coming. That restoration is near. Not because you've earned it, but because God is just that good. There is a stirring in your life that may not yet make sense. Things might be shifting in ways that feel uncertain, even uncomfortable, and you may be tempted to see these changes as disruptions. But your angel sees what you cannot yet see. These changes are not a breaking apart, they are a breaking open. God is opening your life so something deeper can come in. He is not taking from you, He is making room. You've spent so much time clinging to what you thought you had to protect, trying to hold things together that were never meant to carry your soul, and now heaven is gently asking you to let go, not to lose, but to be freed. You have survived things that would have crushed others. You've carried pain so quietly that even those closest to you never realized how heavy your heart had become. You've learned how to keep going, even when your strength was gone, even when your spirit felt dim. But you were never meant to carry it all alone. And though you have known loneliness, though you have cried into the night with questions no one could answer, God was never far. Every moment, He stood near. Every tear was seen. Every silence was filled with His patient love. Jesus has been walking beside you, even when your path felt dark, even when your faith flickered like a dying ember. You may have doubted. You may have stepped away, closed your heart, stopped praying. But He never stopped loving you. His love isn't based on how strong you are or how many right choices you make. His love is steady, unfailing, and so much more patient than anything this world offers. It waits. It stays. It carries. And right now, it is moving toward you with purpose, because this is not the end of your story, this is a beginning. You may not feel ready. That's okay. The beauty of God's plan is that He doesn't wait for your strength to arrive. He simply asks for your heart, even if it's weary. Even if it's afraid. He will do the lifting. He will do the healing. All He asks is that you don't close yourself off to what He is doing. The angel beside you is not here to warn you of danger but to call you toward hope, to remind you that even in the most fragile places of your life, something beautiful can still grow. Type 666 if you trust in God's grace and mercy. What's about to happen may shake the surface of your life, but it will strengthen the foundation beneath it. You will begin to see with new eyes. You will begin to feel again, not the ache of the past, but the warmth of being loved without condition. You will look at moments you once called failures and begin to understand how God was working even there, preparing you, softening you, so that when this moment arrived, your heart would be able to receive what He's been waiting to give. This message comes to quiet the voice in you that says you're not enough. It comes to push back against the lie that says you've missed your chance, that it's too late, that you're too broken. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being drawn back to the center of what is real, God's love, God's truth, God's promise. Nothing you've lost is greater than what God is about to restore. Nothing that has hurt you is stronger than the healing Jesus is preparing to bring. And nothing the enemy tried to steal will remain lost in the hands of the God who redeems all things. A secret 9-word prayer, once classified under a forgotten program, is now reshaping lives across the globe. People are seeing unexpected deposits, financial breakthroughs, and emotional peace within days of using it. Scientists confirm it rewires the subconscious to attract prosperity naturally. It takes seconds, but the results can last a lifetime. Don't delay. Click the link before it disappears. Your angel is not weeping for what's wrong, they are standing close, ready, steady, because they know what's coming is worth every moment of pain that got you here. You are about to be reminded of who you are, not through empty words, but through experiences, through moments where you feel the presence of God in ways you thought were impossible. You will begin to believe again, not just in the idea of miracles, but in the miracle of your own life. You have known seasons where hope seemed like a distant echo, where your faith felt buried under the weight of life's disappointments, and your prayers felt more like questions than declarations. There were moments when you smiled through pain because you didn't know how to explain the ache inside. You kept moving forward, one step at a time, not because it was easy, but because something deep within you refused to give up completely. And that small flame, fragile yet unbroken, is exactly what God has seen and cherished all along. Your angel is not worried that you will fall. They are not here to warn you of disaster. They are here because this sacred shift that is coming will change the very way you experience God's presence. This is not the end of the road, but the breaking open of a new one. What was hidden will come to light, not to shame you, but to free you. What you thought was forgotten will be remembered, not by people, but by heaven. And what you believed was lost will begin to take form again, slowly, gently, not through force, but through the quiet unfolding of grace. Jesus knows the weight you've carried. He has seen every silent night, every moment you wanted to walk away, every time your heart said, "I can't do this anymore," even when your lips stayed silent. And still, he stayed. Still, he whispered love over you. Still, he called you his. He has never loved you less in your weakness, never looked away in your confusion, never stopped choosing you, even when you didn't know how to choose yourself. The love he has for you is not changing, not dimming, not shifting with the seasons. It is constant. It is fierce. It is real. Type "I love God" to claim abundance through God's love. And now, that love is reaching into your life with a tenderness that cannot be missed. Your angel knows what's coming will require courage, not the kind that looks brave on the outside, but the kind that chooses to hope again even when your heart still feels bruised. God is about to open doors you thought were permanently closed, not to rush you through them, but to invite you in slowly, carefully, so you can see with your own eyes that his promises were not forgotten, only waiting for the right time. There is no shame in where you've been. There is no judgment in how long it's taken you to get here. This moment is not about what you've done or failed to do, it's about what God is doing now, and what he is about to reveal through your life. Your angel is deeply present in this season, not only to protect you, but to comfort you, to remind you that you are not navigating this alone. You are not lost. You are not too late. You are exactly where God knew you would be, and he is not disappointed, he is drawing near. As things begin to change, as your eyes start to see the pieces coming together in unexpected ways, let yourself be still. Let yourself feel what is rising within you. Let the doubts fall quiet as you remember that it was never your strength that carried you this far, it was God's. It was his mercy, his patience, his unseen hand lifting you again and again when you thought you couldn't rise. So lean into this moment. Let go of the need to figure everything out. Let go of the weight you've been dragging behind you. Let yourself be held by the one who knows your name, your wounds, your dreams, and still calls you beloved. What's about to happen will change everything you believe, not by shaking your foundation, but by building something stronger on it, something eternal, something peaceful, something full of light. There have been long seasons in your life when you were convinced that no one truly saw how hard you were trying, how deeply you were hurting, and how tired your soul had become. You didn't ask for applause. You didn't even want attention. You just longed for someone to understand that even though you were still standing, you were standing on a heart that had been cracked in many places, patched up by silent prayers and unseen courage. What you may not have realized then is that God saw all of it. Every breath you took when it would have been easier to give up. Every moment you chose kindness, even when life had been unkind to you. Every step forward, even when your feet felt too heavy to move. Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. This is the season where those unnoticed sacrifices are about to be met with divine response. You are not being overlooked. You are not being delayed. You are being gently led into the kind of transformation that doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes the way you carry your soul through life. Your angel knows this path won't always feel clear. There may be moments ahead where fear tries to speak louder than faith. But God isn't asking you to be fearless. He is simply asking you to trust that even when the way ahead feels unfamiliar, his hands have never let go of yours. Jesus has been walking with you, not just through the parts of your life that felt spiritual and strong, but through the mess, through the doubt, through the quiet battles of your mind where fear pretended to be truth. He has never loved you less because of your struggles. In fact, it has been His love alone that carried you through them. Every night you cried alone, He was beside you. Every time your heart broke and no one noticed, He noticed. He is not a distant Savior. He is a constant companion. And now, He is ready to take you deeper, not into more struggle, but into a healing so personal, so intentional, that it will touch wounds you forgot were even there. This shift in your life may come softly, like a whisper. It may also come suddenly, like a rushing river. Either way, it is sacred. And either way, you are ready. Not because you feel strong, but because the spirit within you is being stirred by something greater than strength, faith. That small, steady flicker of faith is what heaven has been watching all along, and it is what God is now using to open new doors, to restore broken places, and to remind you that nothing in your life has been wasted. There is no shame in feeling uncertain about what comes next. The angel beside you doesn't ask you to have everything figured out. Instead, they ask you to breathe, to rest, to believe that what's ahead is not chaos, but divine realignment. You are being guided back to the truth of who you are in the eyes of the one who made you. Not the labels you've been given, not the stories others have written over your life, but the identity that was spoken over your soul before the world ever touched you: child of God, chosen, cherished, held. You don't need to go faster. You don't need to work harder to earn this moment. What's about to unfold in your life is not a reward, it's a reflection of grace. It is a response to the cries you couldn't voice, the hopes you almost forgot, the promises God made over your life that are still alive, still active, still waiting to bloom. And now, your angel has come to tell you, it's time. Time to let go of the belief that you are too late. Time to stop carrying guilt that was never yours to hold. Time to begin again, not with pressure, but with peace. What if 7 minutes could rewrite your financial future forever? This hidden frequency, backed by neuroscience, flips the brain's natural wealth switch, unleashing unstoppable prosperity. People are calling it the money magnet sound, and it's already transforming lives. But hesitation means missing out while others move ahead. This is your moment to act. Click the link in the video description and comments below to awaken the wealth inside you today before the chance slips away. Everything you are about to walk through has a purpose. Even the difficult parts will carry you closer to the heart of God. You are being prepared not just for a change, but for a revelation of how deeply loved and guided you've been, even in the silence. Nothing is random. Not your struggles. Not your survival. And certainly not this message. It has reached you now because God wants you to know that your heart is safe in His hands, your future is steady in His care, and your angel is standing firm beside you, ready to walk with you every step of the way. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. There is no need to pretend that the road has been easy. You've walked through seasons that demanded more from your soul than anyone around you realized. You've had to make peace with things you never understood. You've watched dreams fall away. You've had to accept losses that felt too heavy to hold, yet you held them anyway. You've stayed silent in your suffering, not because you were weak, but because you didn't want to burden others with a weight you couldn't even put into words. And through it all, your angel never left your side. There is a reason this message is coming now, at this very moment. You are being prepared, not for more suffering, but for something that will lift the veil of sorrow and allow you to see with new eyes. A holy shift is moving toward you, and it carries the promise of restoration, of clarity, and of a joy that doesn't depend on your circumstances. This isn't a false hope or a fragile illusion, it is the gentle arrival of something heaven has been preparing in the background all along. You may not have seen it taking shape, but God has never stopped working behind the silence. His timing is not delayed. It is sacred. And this is the moment it begins to unfold. Jesus is drawing close to you, not to test you or to weigh your soul, but to carry you into a deeper kind of freedom. He knows how tired your heart is. He knows how much you've endured without asking for much in return. He sees the way you offer love even when your own spirit feels empty. And He wants to remind you now that you were never meant to survive on the edge of hope, you were meant to live fully in it. The kind of hope that doesn't disappear when life gets hard. The kind that stays steady, even in tears. The kind that says, I am still held, even when everything else feels uncertain. Your angel wants you to understand that this next season won't require perfection. It won't demand that you be strong every day. What it will ask of you is simply this: to be willing. Willing to believe again. Willing to soften your heart. Willing to trust that maybe, just maybe, God really is doing something new in your life. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to earn your way into healing. You only have to stay open to the quiet work of grace that is already moving through you. You are not forgotten. That is the truth your angel wants you to remember most. Even when you felt invisible, even when the silence made you question your worth, God's eyes have never left you. He has held your name close to His heart, and every moment of your life, every sorrow, every triumph, every breath, has mattered deeply to Him. What's about to happen in your life is not a coincidence. It's a promise being fulfilled. It's the slow bloom of something planted in love long ago. You may feel unprepared. You may feel too tired to begin again. But heaven is not asking you to walk forward in your own strength. You are being led, carried even, by the one who knows every step of the path. And what you will find ahead is not more heartbreak, it is healing. It is peace that won't leave when life changes again. It is the steady, quiet love of Jesus that holds you steady when everything else feels like too much. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. This change will not come to destroy your foundation. It will come to rebuild it. To replace fear with faith. To heal the hidden wounds you stopped hoping would ever be touched. To show you that God doesn't just love the strong, the put together, the confident, He loves you. Right now. Exactly as you are. And He is not waiting for you to be better. He is reaching for you in your now. There is a quiet courage growing in you, though you may not feel it yet. For too long, you have measured yourself by how much pain you've endured, how well you've hidden it, how little you've needed from others. You have taught yourself to survive, to press forward, even with a heart that often felt like it was running on empty. Your angel has wept beside you during those nights when you couldn't see how deeply loved you are. God has never been in a hurry with your life, not because He doesn't care, but because every piece of your journey matters. There is no wasted season. Not a single day was unseen. Even when your prayers felt like whispers into a vast, unresponsive sky, they were carried directly into the heart of the one who hears the faintest cries. He has never once been far. In your doubts, He remained close. In your silence, He stayed gentle. And now, in your weariness, He is bringing comfort, not as a soft word, but as a shift that will change the very rhythm of your soul. Jesus walks with you now, not behind or ahead, but right beside you. His presence isn't something you have to earn through perfection or performance. His love is not given because you've done everything right, it's given because you belong to Him. You are His. In your pain, in your questions, in your fragile hope that barely clings to the edge of belief, you are still His. And what He is about to do in your life will prove, not through signs alone but through deep, personal healing, that you were never forsaken, not for a moment. Your angel knows this shift may feel unfamiliar. You've spent so long being careful, cautious with your hope, guarded in your joy. That's why the transformation ahead is not about force, it's about gentleness. It will not rush you or overwhelm you. It will be the kind of change that wraps itself around your wounds like warmth after a long winter. Slowly, steadily, it will remind you that you were never meant to live with only half your heart open. You were created for fullness. For peace. For love that does not leave. This message comes as a bridge from what was into what will be. It is not asking you to forget the past. It's inviting you to see it differently, not as something that defines your future, but as something that God is now redeeming. Even the parts you regret, even the chapters you wish could be erased, are being touched by grace. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to hold it all together. Heaven isn't impressed by your strength. Heaven is moved by your surrender, your willingness to let yourself be loved again. So let go of the pressure to be perfect. Let go of the fear that you've missed your chance. Let go of the belief that things will always feel this hard. Your angel isn't worried about your future. They are here to make sure you know how near God truly is. The changes ahead won't just move things around you, they will move things inside you. They will draw you back to peace. They will teach your heart how to breathe freely again. And in that new breath, you will feel it, the unmistakable presence of the one who never left. Type 1212 if you know God is guiding your steps. So much of your life has been spent pouring out, giving when you had little, loving when your own heart felt empty, and rising to meet the day when it would have been easier to stay hidden beneath the weight of it all. And yet, through every quiet act of courage, every tear that no one saw, every breath drawn through sorrow, you were becoming. Not in the way the world defines strength, not loud, not polished, not flawless, but in the way heaven sees it, faithful, resilient, tender, and deeply beloved. Your angel has watched over you through these years of quiet growth, through the buried grief and the silent battles, and they have not worried because you've been doing something wrong. They've been concerned because what's ahead of you is going to awaken your spirit in ways that may feel unfamiliar at first. The kind of joy that's coming is not shallow. It's the kind that rises slowly, washing over old pain and lifting away layers of fear, and sometimes even that kind of goodness can feel overwhelming after long seasons of struggle. But heaven wants you to know, this is not too good to be true. It is simply good because God is good, and His timing is perfect. Jesus has been near to you all along, but in this coming season, you will begin to feel that nearness again. Not just in your thoughts or in passing hope, but in the core of your being, in the way you wake up in the morning with a sense of peace that makes no sense, in the way things begin to fall into place without your striving, in the quiet moments where you suddenly remember what it feels like to trust without fear. These are not coincidences. They are evidence of heaven moving on your behalf. There is nothing you need to do to earn this. There is no list to complete, no perfect words to say. You are not being rewarded, you are being remembered. God is faithful not because of who we are, but because of who He is. And His promises are not broken. They have simply been waiting for the right time to be fulfilled in ways you didn't see coming. Your angel has been watching over those promises, carrying pieces of them like seeds, waiting for the right moment to let them take root in the soil of your life. That moment is now. This 9-word phrase was once buried under government secrecy, but now it's resurfacing, sparking a global wave of prosperity stories. Experts reveal it reactivates a money magnet section of your brain most people never use. Say it once daily and watch financial blocks vanish. But this page could vanish too. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You may feel the weight of uncertainty trying to rise in you again. That's okay. Change, even beautiful change, can stir old fears. But do not let them lead. Let grace lead now. Let peace be your guide, even when it feels unfamiliar. Let your heart soften enough to believe that what God has spoken over you is still true. You are still His. You are still chosen. You are still the one He calls by name, even in the quiet, even when you cannot yet see what's ahead. This new beginning will not erase the past, it will redeem it. It will not pretend you were never broken, it will show you how God makes beauty out of what was shattered.